I have a question for you. Can you manage diabetes naturally?
You mean without medication?
Yes.
That depends on many factors, and you should talk to your doctor if you want to go that route. Some people can, but even if you need meds, you still can do some things to maybe reduce the amount or improve your current A1C with the meds you're taking right now. In this video, we look at several spices that can help. We also show you how we use them, including recipes. Diabetes sucks.
But at Simply Diabetes, we can help you manage your diabetes cheaper and easier.
We are not medical professionals. We are people with diabetes, just like you.
Welcome.
We keep hearing about how various spices help manage blood sugar naturally. There's some research about that, and it appears that some spices really do help, at least a little. Other research is inconclusive.
So what do we do?
Well, look at it from this perspective. When I analyze this logically, I see some upside and no real downside. If these spices work, wonderful. We just found an easy, tasty way to support our blood sugar control.
And if they don't?
We haven't lost anything. We are eating delicious, healthy meals with interesting spices. It might cost us a little to buy some spices we don't usually use, but that's okay. It expands our palates, which is a good thing. And the recipes we show you here are easy and inexpensive.
We use several spices, so before we go into much details, we probably should tell people what they are.
Yes. The ones I know about are cinnamon, garlic, turmeric, ginger, and fenugreek. The first two are the most familiar to most people.
Where do we buy these spices? Some spices can be expensive.
They can be if your source is a regular grocery store. But even then, if you go to the ethnic aisle, not the spice aisle, you'll find the prices are much easier on the budget. The spices in the ethnic side don't have fancy packaging, but who cares?
We also find spices in ethnic stores. Here in Las Vegas, there are lots of Latino stores that have tons of different spices.
Mm-hmm. And we found a really nice Indian store too. Chinese and other Asian stores might be good sources too. Check out your area. You should be able to find something, particularly in big cities.
Can we grow these?
Some, yes. I don't think you can grow cinnamon at home, but most people can grow garlic. I just stick a clove into dirt and wait a few months. And don't forget to water. I hear people grow turmeric, ginger, and fenugreek, but I haven't tried that. Growing your own would, of course, be the most cost-effective, but not quick. Mother Nature takes time, but it's well worth it. The garlic I grew in my garden was the best garlic I ever tasted.
Okay, so let's look at the spices one by one.
Sure. Cinnamon is a familiar spice with a delightful aroma. From the diabetes perspective, it potentially can improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar.
As long as you don't use it in baking cakes and the like.
No, we use cinnamon in baked apples. We shared our recipe in the desserts video. I added the link below. You can also use it in yogurt, chia pudding, and oatmeal, and lots of other things.
Next, let's look at turmeric. It's not as familiar, but it's gaining a reputation as quite a plant. According to my research, it contains curcumin, which is where the power comes from.
Curcumin is responsible for several good things, and we'll talk about 4 here. First, it can help your cells respond better to insulin. Whether you produce insulin or inject it, it's the same effect. This better response makes it easier for your body to regulate blood sugar. Second, there are studies that suggest it can help lower fasting blood sugar.
Fasting blood sugar specifically? Why only in the morning?
I'm not sure, but it seems to me that if it can do this in the morning, it should be able to do so at any other time. It's possible that the studies looked at the morning only, but we are risking nothing by adding the spice to our food. Third, type 2 diabetes is often associated with inflammation. It's not clear which one causes the other. Does diabetes cause inflammation, or does inflammation make people more prone to diabetes? Or maybe they both are caused by a third thing. But turmeric can reduce inflammation, so that's better for diabetes. And finally, turmeric is good for our hearts. Heart disease is often associated with diabetes. So if we can do something to lower the risk, it's well worth it.
I heard you should combine turmeric with black pepper.
Yes, I have seen that somewhere too. Supposedly, black pepper helps our bodies absorb turmeric better. Again, we don't have strict scientific studies, but both of these spices taste well together, so why not? Ginger is another spice that could help us with diabetes. Its properties are similar to those of turmeric. It has one more important property. It helps improve digestion.
I don't want to be indelicate, but if you need help in this department, use ginger.
In addition to this tea, I add ginger to stir fries. It gives the food a fresh, slightly exotic taste. I didn't grow up with ginger, so to me, it's still an extraordinary spice.
Fenugreek is a new spice for us. We bought seeds in an Indian store just to try, but you can use leaves if you have access to them.
Fenugreek reportedly slows digestion, which helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This means that the sugar is absorbed at a more even rate, and so your blood glucose doesn't spike as much. Pretty neat. I can't wish you bon appetit for this recipe because it isn't exactly tasty. But if you treat it as medication, it should be palatable.
There are other recipes that include fenugreek that are tasty.
There are, but they aren't as quick. You can add fenugreek to soups and salads or stir fries.
Garlic is the easiest thing in the world to incorporate into your diet. Lots of people love it, which makes it easy to use for party dishes. I read somewhere that you can safely triple the amount of garlic in any recipe, and it will be just right.
One of our favorites is to use it in a salad dressing. Pour into a small bowl 2 parts olive oil and 1 part balsamic vinegar. Add minced garlic and stir. Use this over your favorite salad.
You can also roast garlic. You don't need to warm up the oven just for garlic, though. Place it in the oven whenever you roast other things. When it's done, it's soft and spreadable.
Just make sure everyone eats it, or else the person that doesn't will suffer with how everyone else's breath smells. That's one downside of garlic. All the dishes we shared with you in this video are easy, inexpensive, and don't require a lot of work.
What about you? Do you have a favorite recipe that features spices that help lower your blood sugar? Tell us in the comments. To help us spread the word about how to manage diabetes cheaper and easier, give us a like. Subscribe to our Simply Diabetes channel and click the bell button to be notified when we release a new video. And don't forget to tell your friends.
See you next time. Until then, keep your blood sugar in the healthy range.